YOLO amazing people of the tube. So I had posted a short earlier about a Jeep on the road and how its front tires had the death wobble, right? And the messed up thing is that Jeep was a brand new Jeep out the dealer, man. And I've always seen Jeeps do this on the freeway, never on the street, but on the freeway. So I'm gonna tell you guys all the ways these car companies are cheaping out and are so negligent that people are actually dying because of how they're fucking cheaping out on basic parts, right? I don't care what type of Jeep it is. The brand Jeep, no matter what model they have, no matter what year, all right? A brand that goes all the way back to the Willys Jeeps for the military, all right? It's had a death wobble for 100 years. And these pricks haven't redesigned it or reinforced it so that it doesn't have a death wobble. And God forbid you get bigger tires or bigger rims. It only gets worse. It does not get better. Another way these car companies are cheap as shit is they use plastic parts instead of metal parts. And Jeep is a very big user of plastic parts. Like I think their new big SUV, I forgot what it is. It looks like the Wrangler, except a lot bigger. The whole top is plastic. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh no, man, you don't need any metal above you. You know? Forget about safety standards. Dude, did you know that, like, in the 90s, for example, like, if you went and bought, let's say, a Toyota Corolla, right? Because it was inexpensive compared to other cars. Well, it was inexpensive because they only put front disc brakes in the front, and it literally didn't have any brakes in the back. And imagine, there's brands today that still put horseshoes in the back. And for you guys that don't know, horseshoes are a really old type of brake system, right? They put horseshoes in the back because they could cheap out on people's fucking lives. You know what I'm saying? They tell us, oh, you gotta wear your seatbelt and you gotta do this and you gotta do that. God forbid you accidentally fucking kill somebody with your car. All right? You're gonna go away for vehicular manslaughter. All because you bought a fucking Jeep with wiggly ass, death wobbly tires. That's a fucking death box. It's a coffin. You understand what I'm saying, man? All these brands, man, you guys need to do your research. You know what I'm saying? Into your brands. And I don't know why American brand cars are such... Man, they're the number one culprit in skipping out on essentials, cheaping out on parts. It's fucking crazy. What happened to Made in America, man? You know what I'm saying? American ingenuity. There's a reason why I drive a Kia for work and I drive a V12 Mercedes Benz on my off days. Because the Germans, at least fucking with their complications and shit, still know how to produce a fucking car without it trying to kill me. You get what I'm saying? At least I know this Kia can go like 200,000 miles long as I change the fucking oil. You get what I'm saying? But God forbid you buy a Jeep. We had a Jeep in the family. My mom thought one day I drove her Jeep for like, I think it was like 10 minutes. I went somewhere, came back, and she thought like I messed up the car. Because the car had death wobble. You get what I'm saying? Later in my life did I learn like, no man, that car just had death wobble. We ended up changing that car's differential I believe it was 4 times before that car hit 30,000 miles. Right? Because Jeep is never going to admit to the fact that the car has death wobble. Because if they do, that's such a major recall. That whole brand is a lemon, man. That whole brand is a recall. I'm like the dude I was talking to under the video, man. I say, like, in Fight Club, when he's on the airplane and he goes, oh, you know, I go and I check out these car accidents, and then we do this report, and there's a mathematics to it, right? It's if X plus Y costs less than a recall, we don't do it. Okay? So you take the number of accidents and the number of deaths and the number of lawsuits and how much it costs to pay out in and out of court for those lawsuits. That's X plus Y, right? How many cars, how many lawsuits, right? How much? So if that X plus Y costs this much, if it's less than a recall, we don't do it. And the lady goes, what the fuck? What brand do you work for? And he goes, a major one. Well, it must have been fucking Jeep. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy, dude. It's crazy how they skip out on essentials, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't put the right size tires on cars. Because the only thing your car has to stop is tires on the floor. So the thinner your tires, the smaller your tires, well, the less patch of rubber there is to the ground. That's why when you look at sports cars, they have these big wheels, so they have a big tire patch on the floor, right? When you look at like Mercedes SUVs, you look at BMW SUVs, they got these massive big tires. They're wide as shit. Why? Because that's the only thing that's, when you hit the brake, that's the only thing stopping you. So these people, they do everything from putting tiny ass tires, brakes that aren't big enough, traction control systems that malfunction, ABS that doesn't work right under certain weather conditions. I'm talking about everything from blind spots to the type of glass they use for your side mirrors so you're not blinded. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this like angry and passionate about it because people have fucking died. A bunch of them. Like, you can't count how many people have died due to their negligence. It's fucking crazy, and they're never going to get punished for it. There's zero accountability for it. You as a consumer, man, if you're not educated in shit, like if you don't know cars and you're buying a car, man, it's fucked up. Like these motherfuckers, like this Kia, right? It's a front wheel drive car. Not because front wheel drive cars are superior to rear wheel drive cars. They sure as shit aren't superior to four wheel drive cars. All wheel drive? Every single car on the road should be all wheel drive. Why aren't they? Why is it that only like luxury cars, Lexus, Mercedes, BMW, like these types of brand, Audi, especially Audi, I mean, they came up with the fucking thing in racing, right? All-wheel drive in racing. The only reason they don't do it is because it costs them like a couple extra grand to put a pipe going from the front to the back, connecting the rear wheels to the front wheels. Imagine, until today, most SUVs that Americans produce, they still don't have independent suspension. Four-wheel independent suspension. They'll do independent suspension in the front, but the rear, that it's a solid axle. So if one wheel goes up, the other wheel goes down. That's like technology from the 30s and 40s, dude. You get what I'm saying? It's literally technology from like 30s and 40s. It's been around forever. It's basic concepts, man. Like, holy shit, man. It's fucking crazy. All the different types of ways. Like, imagine brake lights, right? Did you know in Europe, your brake lights, it cannot be the same light. Like the car in front of me, right? It's, let me zoom into this bitch. All right, you see it? You see his lights, how they're red? Well, those red lights, when he hits the brakes, in America, they just go brighter. Well, in Europe, it has to be a separate light. So that when they hit the brake, your eyes see a change. There's a change in position, right? It's not these lights going brighter when he hits the brakes. You saw how the side ones went brighter? Nah, some other lights have to go as brake lights. That's additional safety because they realized, hold on, just because it gets brighter, well, some people, they don't have the perfect eyesight. You get what I'm saying? Simple shit as that. They cheap out even on the fucking lights. Imagine that. That's how ridiculous this shit is, man. And there's no Better Business Bureau, class action lawsuits. If you lost a family member, go fuck yourself, bro. You're completely screwed. There's zero accountability. There will be nobody fired. On the contrary, someone is going to get a fucking promotion. Someone will be promoted because they saved them a nickel a car. Times a million cars, that's a million fucking nickels. Just on whatever the fuck. Add like 10 different things to it, and holy shit, that car they sold you for $50,000 that they produced for like 10, whoa, fuck, it's missing like 50% of the actual safety features, modern safety features it's supposed to fucking have. Completely ridiculous. Leave your comments below. Don't be fucking shy. It's America. Speak your fucking thoughts, people. Solo, YOLO, fucking bolo. Hit the like, hit the dislike. Go fuck yourself, right? Subscribe, motherfuckers. I make some dope-ass videos for you guys. I say real shit that most people get kicked out of YouTube for. And you motherfuckers give no fucks. So, fuck it. Look at the size of this Lamborghini's rear fucking wheels. Alright? That's fucking traction, motherfuckers. That's traction. When that car hits the brake, it's fucking stopping. You know what I'm saying? Leave it to the fucking Italians. Solo, YOLO, bolo.